Dehkia Ash Forest, possibly the only spot in this game I physically cannot grind unless I am mounted on Heilang, because my DP is actually garbage. But hey, what can I say? Here I am. I have to try it out because according to Garmoth, this is the best grinding spot in the entire game. The most money, the gold mine of BDO. At this point, I shouldn't need to explain how this place works because it's been around for ages, but the general gist of it is you place down the Dehkia lantern and then you have waves of monsters. I generally kill the chibis first because they rush in first and they are squishier, and then you mold and pull your hair out and pray that the big Grim Reapers don't iframe and spin to win out of your AoEs, and every once in a while this Barnas will spawn, the green Grim Reaper, which spawns more chibis after he dies or when he gets low on HP. That's about it. Generally for me, just try to stay alive and kill stuff. I'm genuinely curious, if you wanna leave a comment down below, how much trash per hour do you pull here on whatever, yellow loot scroll, blue loot scroll, just how fast do you grind here on whatever class you're maining, and do you find this challenging? At how much DP do you think this place becomes kind of safe to grind? Because for me, if I am dismounted, I am literally dead in less than a second. You could say it's a skill issue, but it is what it is. On the Heilang side, for those who want to know how it feels like to cheat around the spots mechanics, let's just say it used to be easier back when Heilang had add-ons, and I believe they reworked some things about the spots, the high-end areas where they require more AP. I think they deal more damage because Heilang dies faster nowadays. Back a couple of months ago, 3 to 4 or so, I used to be able to survive, like Heilang would survive for about 5-ish minutes. Nowadays, I have to resummon him every 3 minutes, which is kind of it's cancer. I'm glad they reduced the distance at which monsters chase you away from the lantern, because I basically just run away after I finish a wave of monsters while the next one is still spawning. I dismount, resummon Heilang with absorption once, then go back, and then 3 minutes later I go back out, you know, disengage the monsters, and then I physically desummon him and resummon him with the normal skill because the absorption is still in cooldown. So it is not very convenient. And weirdly enough, it still works. That's what's baffling me. I came back to do 2 more hours of grinding here, like literally the past 2 to 3 days, just to see updated numbers and to retest experience, and I'm getting like 12.2 thousand trash per hour on yellow, with me having to literally disengage 18 to 20 times per hour. I literally waste 6 minutes every single hour resummoning Heilang just in that process. So imagine 10% of my hour just goes poof. So that 12.2 thousand trash could easily be 13.5 thousand to 14, which again, it's crazy because that's the Garmoth average trash per hour. Needless to say, a roller coaster of an experience. I still died a bunch of times, still broke a bunch of crystals, but I did it. So let's look at some numbers. Right, this is the gear that I used, because I forgot, with Kabwas and crit rate, all out attack artifacts. I have about 1015 AP, to 316 bracket, journals, crystals, basically just full AP crystals, because why not? Not like Heilang needs more to survive. I don't have add-ons, and full elixir rotation because I cannot run the harmony drafts because my fairy is, you know, not smart enough for those, and simple crown meal, perfume, just as much AP as possible. Now let's begin with Garmoth. Ignore the dates here because obviously I only went through my screenshots and my data recently, but this started maybe about 4 months ago or so. It used to be about 11.3, 11.5. That used to be my speed when I actually tried on Heilang. Again, bear in mind, with add-ons and just the way this place used to work 4 months ago. 12.3 thousand, this one was my extended hour. Back again 3-4 months ago, it used to be only about 3 minutes per hour wasted on resummoning Heilang, so I said okay, let me just grind 63 minutes, just, you know, extend it and see his actual trash per hour if I didn't have to waste time resummoning Heilang, and that's the outcome. This one here 50 minutes because I don't remember, whatever, something happened, and from here we move into more recent data. 10,000 trash, this was done as soon as Heilang's add-ons were removed however many weeks ago. Basically, as soon as they made that patch where they removed Heilang's add-ons, I was like, okay, let me come back here and see how it is with without add-ons, with way less damage. And I basically got sad and I was like, yeah, it clearly made him much worse. And then at this point I said, okay, I'm done, it's good enough data, let's make the video. And then we fast forward, obviously, 2 or 3 days ago, I did these 2 hours. The first one was so I can retest experience. I just wanted to have fresh numbers for experience, and I was like, huh, wow, to a 12.5. How did that happen? Must have been a fluke, right? Let me do another hour so I can hopefully see the 10,000 that I was supposed to get. But no, whatever changes they made, I'm getting 12.2 thousand trash now on Heilang, which again, it's crazy because this is the most I ever got, and these are actual 1 hour sessions. And yeah, 1.2 billion silver, not exactly impressive. 12,000 trash with this one being on Blue plus Agris, not exactly impressive. It should be higher. Even the debo drop rate, I got 0.7 average. On Garmoth Global, it's 1.2. We might as well just straight up look at Garmoth Global data. 13.5 is what others seem to be pulling, trash per hour, 13 average, 1.6 billion silver per hour, obviously more than mine, and yeah, 1.2 debos averaged. Same drop rate. 0.12 limbos, so 1 limbo every 8 hours. Interesting. I hope I still have my clips with my limbos, because I think I dropped only 1 here. I have 3 in total, I believe, expired, unless I have 3 expired and 1 non-expired. By the way, if you like this type of content and wanna see more of it, like the video. It actually helps. It makes me happier and engagement helps. So like the video, or I'm gonna haunt you. Now then, for the fun part, the Excel spreadsheet, deeper down the iceberg. Once again, untaxed items, taxed items, it's the same as the Garmoth data you saw earlier. It makes sense if you're not new around here. 11.5 thousand trash average, it's lower because obviously I converted everything into yellow loot scroll so we can have some kind of consistency. Money per hour, the official one, supposedly, with my actual numbers, and then the scaled up results. Let's just say maybe you get 12.5 thousand trash. I imagine some of you will grind slower, in which case this is how the numbers look like. And then going back to 13.5, this is what I expect people who should be here to get. I also wanted to play with the debo drop rate a little bit, because I got 6, 0.7 average, but if I put here 10, it goes up to 1.2, which, according to Garmoth global data, that's what I'm supposed to get, 1.2 average per hour, in which case this is how the numbers change. Let's put here 12.5, just, showing more stuff. Moving on, we have Agris Efficiency. I wasted my points, so you don't have to waste yours. The TLDR is, it sucks. 313 for the efficiency number, it's bad. Obviously, nowadays we have much better places to burn Agris. This is where it lands in the short ranking list we have so far. It's like half of Hexe, a third of Trolls, and 1/9 of Dehkia Crescents. So yeah, just don't. On the other side of the coin, get it, coin, for the Agris coin, it is worth it. Obviously not the best in the game, but it's not that far behind. You can make your own judgment looking at these numbers here and where Dehkia Ash lands. If you have plenty of Agris coins and you wanna spend time here, just use them. In terms of experience and skill points, if you look at this chart, but all of these numbers, you will probably notice very quickly it's not even here. You have to scroll down, and this is where Dehkia Ash is. So yeah, experience is trash, don't waste your points here. Skill points, pretty much the exact same story. It's here, it's also trash. By the way, for those interested, these with X, these areas marked like this, are the only ones represented as yellow plus Agris for trash per hour. Everything else is just straight up yellow loot scroll. And for our last stop today, we have loot scroll efficiency. I guess I should first go over the maid stuff. It's funny, I asked ChatGPT to see if it can figure out the way to do the maid efficiency, assuming, you know how maids work, if you use them earlier they go into cooldown earlier. So I was like, okay, let me just ask the big brain AI, because I'm too lazy to figure this out, and it turns out I don't even have to figure to change anything. 3 maids, 3 uses for every maid per hour, it is already good enough. So in this case, 12.5 thousand trash per hour, you need 12.5 maids to sustain your grind if you don't want to use a horse. If I put here 13.5, the normal clearing speed, just faster, you need 13.5 maids. Now, that loot scroll efficiency. Right, 1.45 for scaling, because mobs drop this amount of trash, which becomes this on blue loot scroll. It's very self-explanatory. I did the standard way this time, and importing our numbers, it's this. 56%. I should play with the Dehkia drop rate, put back 10 here, assuming I have higher rare item drop rate, then this number goes down even further to 44%, so make your own judgment, right? 100% is blue loot scroll, ideally yellow, since it's 2 loot scrolls, should be 200%, but it's never like that, so I would use blue, but you do you. But yeah, that's about it. That's my review of Dehkia Ash. I did it. I finally came here like 2 years later or something. 2 weeks before probably Dehkia Ash tier 2 comes out and this becomes irrelevant, but I did it. Was it worth it? I mean, I did break a handful of crystals. I did still die a bunch of times due to pure stupidity, just letting Heilang die instead of being careful or grinding during nighttime. Is this a good grinding spot? Does it deserve to be the most profitable area in the Garmoth ranking? I don't think so. I mean, I remember hearing people used to enhance DEBOS here to make profits. So maybe it still is the most profitable spot in the game if you don't have Agris points, because obviously at Dehkia Crescents you need Agris to make the crazy 2 billion per hour, but I don't like this. I would not return here. Granted, it's mainly because my gear sucks, right? Unless I'm mounted on Heilang, I cannot survive here, so that plays a huge role, but meh. What an opinion to have. This spot sucks. I don't like it. Agris sucks, experience sucks, money is only good if you get lucky with DEBOS, and that's about it. So, what do you think? Did you like this place? Do you actively grind here? Is this your favorite spot in the game? Do you live here? If you do, good for you. I will see you next time with a better spot, a more fun one. Bye!